Welcome, everyone. My name is Jo Lowe, and I'm pleased to welcome you to the group meditation part of the Chopra program today. So, people are initially drawn to meditation for many different reasons. Some begin meditating to seek the health benefits that it offers, like lowered blood pressure, stress reduction, and restful sleep. Others come to meditation seeking relief of anxiety or to help with an addiction such as smoking or overeating. And others then are drawn to meditation because, well, they just want to experience the expanded states of consciousness described in the world's great wisdom traditions. And for me personally, the main reason why I wanted to start learning about meditation was really just to quiet my mind from the outside noise that I was experiencing in my daily stressful life as a CEO. And in the process, I was also hoping that it would alleviate some of the chronic inflammation that I had endured for so many years. So, in today's class, we will explore the ancient practice of meditation, including how meditation works, the purpose of it, as well as the benefits. But first, a little bit of background. So, meditation is one of the foundational practices in Ayurveda, as well as one of the six pillars of well being by improving your physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual well being. And this is why it's also the basis of Chopra teachings. So, hundreds of thousands of people have learned to meditate at Chopra events and by Chopra teachers all around the world. Not even to mention the 21-day meditations offered by Dr. Deepak Chopra himself. So, what is the meaning of meditation? Well, meditation is this journey. It's a journey from activity to silence. And so, it's a technique that allows you to settle into quieter and quieter levels of awareness until you experience the pure silence within. And the benefits, well, in the process of going within, you start to purify your body, releasing stress, fatigue, toxins, and everything really that prevents you from experiencing your essential nature. So you reconnect to who you really are, which is pure love, pure joy, and pure potential. And then you bring this person back into your everyday life. But let's dive a little bit deeper into the physical benefits of meditation. So, the physical benefits include the stimulation of the body's self repair mechanisms and self regulation, lowers blood pressure and heart rate, it decreases inflammation, it offers better sleep, it improves our immune function, and it also downregulates or turns off the genes that contribute to diseases such as diabetes, Alzheimer's, autoimmune illnesses, and some types of cancer, even. It also upregulates or turns on the genes that are responsible for good health. It increases production of the rejuvenating hormones, and it reverses some of the brain changes that are associated with aging. And then there's the mental and emotional benefits of meditation, and they include decreased stress and anxiety, and increased feelings of relaxation and peace, expanded experience of healing emotions such as love, compassion, joy, equanimity, and gratitude. It also releases emotional turbulence of painful emotions that constrict awareness, including anger, guilt, fear, shame, and even depression. It also increases our focus and our memory and the ability to learn, and it decreases addictive behavior. So, meditation also helps us to make a more conscious choice about how we respond to the people and events in our lives. So, instead of getting caught up in fearful or angry reactions to perceived threats, we are actually able to step back and respond more creative and in more resourceful ways. So, we basically develop what is known as witnessing awareness, which allows you to observe your thoughts and feelings with greater objectivity and distance, rather than getting pulled into this melodrama of emotional reactivity. So, as you begin to witness your mental activity without attempting to change or resist it, there is this spontaneous calming of the inner commotion. And so, over time, you'll begin to notice that some space has been created around difficult emotional states. Beyond these extraordinary health benefits, meditation also offers a path to awaken you to your true self. And although it's natural to identify yourself with these time bound attributes of your body, your mind, your emotions, your thoughts, your possessions, and relationships, we all know that this is not who you really are. So, in meditation, you really go beyond this limited identity your mind created, and you actually experience your true self, which is pure, unbounded consciousness, and it transcends space and time. And in addition to these profound benefits, we also experience greater intuition, creativity, and joy. And the true purpose of meditation, well, it's to restore your memory of wholeness and provides a variety of profound benefits for your mind body physiology. A lot of students ask, well, how long does it take to receive benefits? The benefits of meditations are both immediate and long term. You can begin to experience benefits from the very first time that you sit down to meditate and in the very first few days of daily practice. So, there are thousands of scientific studies document the benefits of meditations for your mind body health. For example, a study conducted with Chopra program participants found that after just a few days of meditation, participants experienced profound beneficial effects in their genetic expression, including a 40% increase in the anti aging effect at a cellular level, a significant increase in genes responsible for self regulation and homeostasis, which are essential for health and longevity, and a decrease in all the genes associated with too much inflammation. Thousands of years ago, Buddha said, life contains suffering, and the source of our suffering can be profound, such as losing a loved one or discovering that we have a serious illness. But most often, however, our suffering comes from the daily hassles of life. We get stuck in a traffic jam or the long line at the grocery store, or we have an unexpected car repair. Now, these are relatively minor hassles, but really, if you think about it, they can easily trigger our body's ancient fight or flight response, also known as the stress response. However, this emergency response system evolved to allow our ancestors to survive immediate physical threats, such as an attack from a wild animal, for instance. It prepared them and their bodies to either fight the threat or to run away as fast as possible. But today, most of the stress we face is psychological, coming from the demands of modern life. Daily challenges like load shedding in South Africa, caring for an elderly parent or a newborn baby, or just working with a difficult colleague can all trigger our stress responses. And the first step is to recognize that, contrary to common misconceptions, stress isn't a force beyond our control. Stress doesn't exist outside of us in the environment or in external situations. Instead, stress is an internal response to a perceived threat or an unmet need. It's not the overdue payment or the broken dishwasher or even the fight we had with our spouse that causes this stress. It's our thoughts and the story we tell ourselves about an event that create these emotional upsets. So, how does the body respond to a perceived threat? Well, our body really activates its fight, flight, or freeze response. The heart beats faster, it pumps blood more quickly, the blood pressure rises, we consume more oxygen and expel more carbon dioxide. Perspiration increases, the immune system becomes suppressed, and blood pellets become stickier. So, prolonged or chronic stress eventually leads to increased inflammation and much higher risk of developing many other health problems. So, let's take surfing as a good analogy. If you are a skillful surfer who loves the water, you will see every single wave as an exhilarating adventure, or at least an opportunity to learn something new, right? But on the other hand, if you're afraid of the being in the ocean and have never learned to surf, you will see every single wave as a terrifying potential disaster. And from this example, it's easy to see that stress doesn't lie in the external event like the waves or the ocean, but in our perception of it. So, from an Ayurvedic perspective, stress blocks the body's vital channels, and deep rest is the only way that the body naturally heals itself by throwing off the stress, the fatigue, and the toxins that prevent the healthy flow of energy and information. The good news, though, is that we don't have to live in a state of chronic stress. And there are many practices that can neutralize and alleviate the stress, including the daily practice of meditation. Because during meditation, the body actually experiences a deep state of restful awareness and it reverses the fight, fright, freeze response. So we have thousands of thoughts in a day. And if you have ever practiced meditation before, you may have had an experience of having too many thoughts. However, between any two thoughts you have, there's a space. If there wasn't a space, everything would be happening at the same time. And this space has two very important qualities. So the first is that it's silent, because if it wasn't silent, it would be the next thought. And second, it's not an empty silence, but it's a silence filled with infinite possibilities. So even though most of the time your thoughts follow certain predictable patterns conditioned by your memories and desires, between any two thoughts is the possibility for any other thought. So the space between thought is where the one who is thinking the thought, the generator of the thought, is found. Therefore, you are not your thoughts. You are the one who is thinking the thoughts. So, the only place where the thinker of the thought can be is also in the spaces between your thoughts. And this is your soul, your essence, and who you really are at your most profound level. And because your essence is in the spaces between your thoughts, who you really are is silence and infinite possibilities. So, what happens during meditation? This will be covered in one of our next classes, but during meditation, your awareness basically settles to a finer level of thought until you can slip into the spaces between the thoughts. You dip into the silence, you dip into this infinite possibilities, and you connect to who you really are. And when you come out of meditation, as I've said before, you basically bring the qualities of spirit out with you and naturally begin to integrate and enjoy them in your life. So you begin to restore the memory of who you really are. And now, this awakening to your true self is usually gradual, little by little. You release the stress and limiting thought patterns that obscure your awareness of your essential nature, which has always been there, by the way, shining brightly. And no matter how long it's been neglected, it's never too late to start, as the body is a faithful servant and will respond the moment you begin to connect. So begin connecting today with a short meditation and then make it part of your daily practice. You have nothing to lose and so much to gain. I thank you for your time today, and if you have any questions, I'll be more than happy to take them now. Namaste.